Hello, hey, creepy baby.
Hey man, I was really excited when B asked me to come on and say hi and be part of the angel thing. I'm an angel too. I didn't tell you. Yeah, we're getting ready to launch a new channel, man, called Creepy Baby News, dude. And it's gonna be the craziest, weirdest news ever. So just keep it weird. Keep an eye out, man. I might show up later. Thanks.
Awesome, creepy baby news. I love it, man. What's up, Bryan? Good to see you.
Oh, I've been in too much stuff, man. Getting myself in trouble every direction I can go. And
I
I
love it.
I really am very excited. I got a couple of really cool projects that are like actually coming to the fruition now after a lot of work on them. And I've had Creepy Baby was Creepy Baby Taxi. It was the first ever graphic novel, like light painted graphic novel, and it was
Mhm.
about a group of crazy little figures like this that were interdimensional beings and traveled the multiverse fighting evil and wrongdoing. So anyway, it just kind of like I never really got an agent or anything with it, and other stuff happened, and it just kind of sat there. And then Jilly and Brandon were talking about it, and then Brandon and I had a conversation a couple months ago, and it was like, wow, that just makes perfect sense. So I've spent a ton of time trying to figure out the algorithms and how to play, and we'll see if any of that actually works. But I'm pretty stoked about it. Just get to be silly. Just
Yeah, awesome. I love it. I love the idea. I had no idea Creepy Baby was going to show up. I would have prepared some Creepy Baby artwork to show.
well, that's he'll be back.
Yeah, Creepy Baby's awesome. One of my favorites. I think Julie said Cab needs a bath. I think she's talking about Creepy Baby. CB needs a bath. I was excited because as we were running the intro, the chat room was so active. Everyone was saying hi. So I just want to welcome everybody. I'm so grateful for people bringing their energy to this, and showing up, and you of course showing up, and me showing up, and here we are.
Here we are.
So one of the things that I've been doing on the live stream of consciousness is I feel like I've actually been able to manipulate reality with just mindset. And what I mean by that is, and you were with me on this too, like remember how last year every week we would come back and be like, oh my god, it's Monday already, and it was like it seemed like time was going so fast. And I made a decision intentionally this year to appreciate each week as it comes. And every week I'm like, oh, it's still January. Oh, it's still January. Now it's February. And I realized that in February, for the live stream of consciousness, Thursday was the 1st of February. And I have 5 shows in February because the other Thursday is the 29th and it's a leap year. And so I literally have extended time and I am experiencing time in a much I'm really enjoying it just because of my mindset. So there you go.
Well, woohoo!
I think that's pretty cool.
You're adding time bender to your list now, huh?
That's right. I am a time bender, in my own perception, in my own world. I'm
Hey,
feeling
now
it.
star of your own movie. You can write the script any way you want
There
it.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So,
So
so how's your week been, man?
my week is going good, just like you. I'm kind of getting myself involved in a lot of things. I'm working hard just to, earn some money. I shot sports photos with my buddy Steve. He got this sports photo kind of thing going on where he's taking pictures of all the individual members of the teams. His sons are in basketball and stuff. So I did that over the weekend, and then I worked with my friend Popo, who you've never met. I've never even spoken to you much about him. I don't think he's a tattoo artist from China, and he's also a fine artist. Really amazing artist. You would totally appreciate his stuff. But I was working with him. He has a tattoo shop and an art gallery on Long Island, and he wanted us to start doing some content. So I was filming him and another guy over there doing kind of like podcast type stuff. So I've been busy. It's good. It's good stuff.
That's cool.
What about you, man?
Well, I've got a couple of exciting things coming up. Leah and I have been doing Leah's been doing a Sunday morning yoga class for a long time, and about
Mhm.
3 or 4 months ago, I started bringing the bowls and the hand pan and some other stuff, and doing a sound bath that complemented the yoga thing. And
Mhm.
it started off as just kind of wow, let's do this. But it turned out really good, and we've been practicing every week, and we've got a thing down now. It's like
Awesome.
it's gelled. So we're we're planning to do a weekend retreat in Punta Gorda and rent out this whole little hotel thing and all the little bungalows and do a little be in the light retreat with
Awesome.
yoga and sound bath and regressions and art classes, and it should be really fun. So in the
Super
meantime,
cool.
we're gonna do a couple of little mini retreat things, just day long things.
Right, right.
Yeah, we're
Uh,
digging up some park scenarios right now,
nice.
and first one will probably be in April. I'm looking really forward to that.
That's amazing. Sign me up definitely for the excursion. I'm definitely down for that.
And speaking of being light, next Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, Be in the Light debuts. I've got a whole series of Be in the Light shows. It'll be pretty fun. My first guest is going to be Jan Pervanian, and for the name of the first show is Permission to Suck, and it's being able to get to your creativity and how to get through all the blocks that we put up to ourselves to get to our raw and purest creativity. And there's a long line of cool topics and stuff. The magic 6 words of any conversation. Yeah, fuck fear, abundance. That's a really good one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so I'll be kicking that off next Tuesday night. I'll send out some notices and
Oh,
stuff.
that's cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, where can we see that?
Hope everybody will show up and join the club. I think it should be really fun. It'll be a really wide kind of group of topics, all of which relate
Cool.
to making your light shine as bright as it possibly can in an ergonomic fashion. Most bang for the least effort,
An
man.
ergonomic fashion. Excellent. I love it.
Yes,
All
indeed.
things considered. Excellent. Very cool. Very cool. So what are we doing tonight? Are we going to
Well, we're
clear
going
this
to talk
clear
about the
the space?
cards. We're going
Yeah.
to talk about Cahetel and go into that. We're going to be wrapping up the first choir of angels with Cahetel, and that's the seraphim. And I've been kind of like reconstructing or making a new light painting deck as we've been going along, and I've got a bunch of cards. I put together some comps of like the first 8 of them, man. I thought we could take a look at those. And,
You want to take a look at those first? Sure.
yeah.
Cool. And now you also sent me some that were not in cards. So do you want me to show that image or just
No,
show
let's
the
do
card?
those later. Yeah.
All right, so just the card image. All right, so I've got this coming up, and let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. It's
Yeah. The seraphim have, the cool thing about them is that they have this like these central spheres that are kind of connected like an infinity symbol with an extra loop. And those wings come over to cross over those. And what that's about actually is shielding us from the actual pure light of God, which nothing can kind of really sustain in physical form and that purity of light.
Mm.
So the only one I still have to do one that's where I've got some wings covering those lights, but I really dig these. I've got the first 8 of them, if you don't mind. Like,
Yeah. Let's go through them. We
yeah,
got Hell's Angel number one,
love this one.
number two, number three. Yeah, these are just amazing. Your work is just.
Can we zoom in on that one a little bit?
I don't. I think the files that you sent me were low res.
Oh, I see.
So I don't think that's the highest I can go.
Okay, no
It
worries.
doesn't let me zoom it in. Yeah.
No worries. Yeah.
But it's a good sneak peek taste. You don't want to give it all away, Bryan. These are phenomenal. I can't wait. This is just really amazing stuff, and it's just great as your friend and as just an admirer of your work. Always, it's just amazing to see like the work evolve to such crazy levels, you know. It's just it's awesome. Yeah, this I remember this one. This is a great image.
Oh, really, 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 really love that one. You know,
Phenomenal.
the classic Bible descriptions of the angels are so different than what we normally see, you know, and like this whole being like this is just crazy, and it's they're colored like this gold, then red, scarlet red, and
Yeah.
fire kind of thing, and super super fun to play with. And I love bringing the energy down and like kind of swimming in some of it before I start painting, doing light painting. It's a crazy way to connect. I love
Yeah,
it very much. Yeah.
I love that. I'm going to switch sides again because I feel like you should be.
You know, I haven't gotten used to looking at the camera up here. You like talking to you.
Yeah. Very cool, Brian. This looks like a great new deck, and you already had a bunch of people. I don't know if you're seeing the comments. I'm throwing them up. Already people lined up to buy it and get the new deck, so that's awesome. And then, oh, look who's in the audience. I see Raphael, the angel with the divine blessing, the rework design. Yeah, these are all this is the new some new work in a new deck in progress. All of this stuff that we showed so far. Good to see you.
What's up, Helen? Good to see you. Jilly, as always. Leah, how are you?
Leah's out there. We got Jen out there. We got a couple of, not the regular.
We actually saved someone's life today, man.
Oh, no way. What happened? Tell us a story.
You know, I rarely get angry anymore, like hardly ever. And I really hate that space a lot. But I used to be a very angry young man. I'm still human, and like you can push a button and it'll okay, that's it. And it's a really long fuse, but once it kind of goes, you know, and yeah, so I'm stewing about it, and I decided I was just gonna call up and eviscerate this person. And like, and I'm reaching for the phone with my gnarliest ring, 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 and it was Leah. Hey, how you doing? I'm like, I'm not good. Not good at all, but hey, give me a minute, we'll get better. And she came over and had lunch with me and like chilled me out, and like, so like kudos to Leah for being a healer.
So what were you about to like cast a hex or something, or
nice. Oh
nice.
man, crazy.
Kudos to Leah. Always kudos to Leah.
So let's do a banish, a nice little cleanup, a charge up, and a send off, and make some sacred space, and
Let's do it.
Dive into the cards.
Let's do it.
All right, first thing we want to do is do a series of 3 cleansing breaths, really super deep, right? And when you inhale from your diaphragm, not your lungs and your chest. And as you pull that air in, you'll reach a spot where you normally go, okay, that's enough air, but pack some more in. I mean, just pack it in until there's just no more room left. And then you're inhaling that through your nose. And when you exhale, you're going to exhale out through your mouth, and you're going to push it. It's going to be like, and again, when you get to that spot where it feels like you're done, push more, even if you can't actually hear it, just until everything is out. Everything is out. Okay. And we're going to do that a series of 3 times. And as you're pushing out that energy, just give up like your muscle tension and your shoulders. Just relax and let that drain out of you, and find just that like really easy, relaxed space with your body. And also, as that's happening, get rid of the stuff you're thinking about the day. Like whatever's going on in your life, it can pick up in an hour. It's all good. Like, let's just create this moment where this is the only thing happening, and just focus all your attention on this space right now. Okay. All right. So let's start with the cleansing breaths. The first one, in through your nose. Really pack it in there. Diaphragm. Exhale. One more good deep one. Nice. I banish and clean this space and make this place pure. I banish and clean this space and make this place pure. Banish, clean this space. And make this place pure. We all come here tonight and we seek to create a sacred space. A place of purity and learning. A place where the angels can come and share their presence. We thank them in advance for their participation, and we look forward with open hearts and listening ears to the divine information. Okay, I want you to go into your solar plexus. We got a nice, juicy, clean, beautiful energy right now. And just pull all your energy into your solar plexus. Make it into this little powerhouse. With each breath, pull energy in and direct it right there until you're creating a sun in the middle of you. Keep pulling it in, making that sun glow brighter and brighter and brighter, lighting up the room with your energy. All right, we're going to take that ball of energy and we're going to send it directly to the source with our love, our gratitude, and our wish for bliss. Push hard, send it right to the source. Thank you. Pretty joyous.
Wow. Yeah. Amazing. Yes.
Like hanging in that space just for a minute. You know what's really cool is the Angel Tonight Cahetel is about gratitude. And that's the most amazing thing ever. And gratitude actually saved my life. Like right before, it was a couple of years ago, right before I moved here, I think you remember, my whole life was collapsing, man. It was like that life was dying. I knew it was dying. Every indication the universe was giving me that it was dying. My teachers stopped being able to see my light. I couldn't see
You
myself.
couldn't see your own light. Yeah.
I could see everybody else. I did, my readings were crazy for other people. I couldn't do any magic for myself. I couldn't see my own light. That's never happened. And I, it was like I was in Steppenwolf mode, well, if this is the end, I'm going to pick a really cool way to do it. So actually, I decided I was going to drive across the country to Oregon, to the coast, this place called Devil's Elbow, this really super magical cove where I've gone for magic rituals many times. And I was going to set up a little camera on the beach and sit in front of it in sunset and just dematerialize myself and leave the camera running. I thought that would be really cool.
Wow, that would be really cool. Unfortunately, I mean, I don't want to see you go, but if I'm going to see you go, that would be the way I would want to see you go.
But the mechanism that was controlling it was like, it was so precise in its shutting me down, and like that, like both my teacher and myself were considering who would have the ability to try to do that. Well, we could only think of one person, and that was his teacher. So he's sitting around one evening, and we're chewing through it, we're trying to like get through it, and he's sitting on the couch, and he feels his hand on his shoulder, and it's his teacher, and his teacher leans down in his ear and he goes, "It's not me." Long story short, it winds up being a karmic construct of my own. And yeah, man, since I know how to brutalize myself better than anyone in the world, it was. And it turned out that there was really only one way out. I had these constructs coming to me on the astral. One of them was really good. One of them was really super horrible. It was really kind of no escaping them. And the only way to like change that was to change the energy I was emitting, because I was feeding the really bad one with my despair and my hopelessness and my like, oh, I'm dead. It's like over, blah, blah, blah. I gave away all my stuff, all my artwork. Like, so it was crazy. So when I got the piece of information that the only way to change it was to change my attitude and be going from despair to joy, I literally like laughed out loud. I fell on the floor going, oh my God, the one impossible thing. How the fuck can I possibly feel joy in this space right now? But faced with the reality that it needed to get faced one way or the other. What choice do you have except give it your best shot, right? So I found myself pushing, and I couldn't get anywhere close to joy, but I got it halfway up to gratitude. Man, I look back on my life, and like if I had expired the next day, I've lived a crazy life, man. I've gotten to see amazing things, do amazing things, know people that just blew my mind, and I can't be anything but grateful for that. And when and I could hold that. So once that there was enough of that change, then that like despair thing like lost its grip, because it was now here at gratitude. And from gratitude, what leads? Joy.
Yeah.
So that completely changed. And moving here wound up not being the place I came to die, but the place I came to be reborn. And live a whole new life.
I love that. Oh, I love that.
Meet a whole new family.
Yes, choose happy. Yes, absolutely. Chose happy, choose happy. Yes, absolutely, 1,000,000%. And that's kind of what I was saying about earlier about mindset, right? Even just with time, like feeling like bitter because, oh my God, it's going so fast, and just being like, no, just relax and enjoy it day by day. And experience it that way.
Well, and what your expectation is about what happy is.
Yeah.
Happy's a choice, not a condition, man.
Yes.
It's not something outside you that
Yep.
like spurs you and makes you want to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm happy because this happened. No, it's
Yes.
like
Yeah.
that's got to come from an inner you. And then when things
Absolutely.
happen that are really happy, they're amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I always say that that happy is not a destination. Like that's how a lot of society makes, when you have this, you'll be happy. When you get there, you'll be happy. No,
No, it's a
happy is
state of being.
the mode of travel should be happy. You should choose to be happy and be happy on the journey to get there. And
It's a state. It's a state
yeah,
of being. Yeah,
totally.
exactly.
Awesome.
All right. Well, why don't we bring up that first card, Cahetel?
All righty, let's do that. Well, actually, before I do that, I wanted to bring up this little reminder and a little QR code for people that you can get the angel deck right at thewizardofod.com. And we've got that little QR code. I posted this on the Angel Channel Facebook page and my own Facebook page if you want to see it there later. I just wanted to give a shout out and not forget that that's what we're here to do. We're here to, spread this joy. So
You know, I have really loved connecting with people that like get that deck, and if they give it an honest shot, the first few times when you read the first sentences and it's like right on, it just changes your perspective and how you feel connected to the energy world around you.
yeah, absolutely. Can't wait for the new one. I love my angel deck, Julie says. So here we go. Here's Cahetel. Beautiful.
I love this. This is one of my favorite images.
Yeah, it's definitely too big. Hold on a second. Let's see. Trying to manipulate two windows on my one screen at a time. So yeah, there's the obvious figure right there in the center. Beautiful.
And that really that swirling smoke around it so looks like the energy that's around that angel to me. And that just thrills me to no end. The connection, this is a cool angel, and
Beautiful.
like in its biggest form, it's sort of in charge of agriculture and the things that we get from the land specifically, and it really encourages us to stay connected to the natural things that are there for us, and growing our own food, making our own self-sustaining lifestyle. Really, 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 really good. So let's read the
read it. Yeah, there we go. Hold on a second. Boom.
Wow, after the story, right? Karmic lessons are never easy. Yeah, thank you very much, man. When Saturn shows up with a bill, man, does not go away until that thing's paid. And understand the challenge. Don't surrender. Find your new treasures in the rubble of the old. New potentials are created by this setback. Worry takes you out of the moment. Wow, no truer words are ever spoken. The only place where you can actually affect change, this moment. Live in the moment and handle the bumps as they come. Stay clear of the what ifs of tomorrow or the if onlys of yesterday. You are experiencing a deep spiritual need. Go deep within and seek inner counsel. Your preoccupation with the past and the future has you stuck in a loop. You have accustomed yourself to suffering. Suffering is an addiction as well. And you get used to the way people treat you and the way you think about yourself. And that is a really great thing to divest yourself of. A difficult collapse can free you. Whether or not you can recycle the debris of the collapse into something better totally depends on you and the people you surround yourself with. When you find things difficult to understand, keep positive and look for the light ahead. Everything changes. Nothing is forever, not even a bad situation.
No. No. Divine blessing, gratitude, just like you were talking about. Yeah, I think gratitude is definitely one of the building blocks of a successful existence here on planet Earth. I think
Oh,
people are struggling with their existence in general, and gratitude is so simple. It's such a simple way to really,
they say change your perspective and you change your world.
a million
And
percent.
that's really, really true. And a lot of this suffering is suffering over suffering.
Yeah.
And there are struggles, but those struggles, if you look at them in a different way, instead of them victimizing you, they're your opportunities to temper your sword and to garner strength and to understand what's really important and what isn't, and to free yourself of all of the links on Bob Marley's chain that he carries around every Christmas Eve and a Christmas Carol. That stuff gets old, especially when you get ancient like me, man.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. Temper your sword. Like that's it. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? These sayings come from some grains of truth.
Well,
Um,
I mean, the things, I guess everybody's different, but the things that have really shaped me and have made me come to understand what really is important and valuable, what are life's treasures.
mhm.
All of those came with intensity, man. None of those came easy, and most of them at some point in time were somewhat painful. And oh man, dude, when the person that you've known your whole life, all of my connections back to my mom and dad, and like all this stuff that I associated with memories
Mhm.
with people that weren't there anymore, when all of that goes away, man, that like just kind of rips away this skin of who you were, and that person actually died. That's not easy, man.
Yeah.
That is not easy. But out of that, I found this space where it's like, except for my little row this morning, I'm pretty happy all the fucking time.
Yeah, no, and I've definitely seen it, and it's so great to see you, like you're, what's the word I'm looking for? You are blah, 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 blah. You're producing, like your output is evident, right? Like I guess that's the way, like I can feel it. I definitely can feel your vibe has shifted, and you're definitely less angry, more happy,
Happy wizard, yes, exactly.
which in itself right there is a good t-shirt, right? Less angry, more happy.
Happy wizard.
Yeah, happy wizard. Growth is painful. Yes, that's right.
So like anybody out there that would like a live reading,
Yeah,
please message us up in the chat. We'll do one for
absolutely.
you. I have a reading I want to do for a special friend about something really important to her. So we might do that right now. Although let me go get a little liquid. I'll be right back in 2 seconds.
Okay. Great. Proactive. Yes, Grace. I think that is one of the words I was looking for. There's a lot of actual words, produce, that work when things are right, when things are happening, when, you just kind of, you let go, and you don't give in to those dark thoughts. I think it automatically, you go into this positive mode, and good things start happening. So I think that's
It's easy to say just don't do it, but
right.
how do you not do it?
Right.
Well, there's some tricks to that, man. Some little cool little keys, like, mantras and chants, and like,
Mhm,
circle thinking is the most destructive thing.
mhm.
Keep going around and around, man, especially if you're talking with somebody. I describe this whole situation, it takes an hour. And
Right.
in the end, and blah, 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 and there's a couple seconds. But when he said that, and it starts the whole damn thing all over again, man, it
Oh,
consumes like ungodly amounts of energy.
right.
And
Hey, it's so true.
that you're sending out from that, it's like boom. So you get little rhymes and little mantras that are
And
suited.
you taught us some simple tricks, right?
Oh, well, that's Jitsu, man.
I mean,
That's the
you
most
know,
bang for the least buck of any
yeah,
metaphysical thing I've studied in the last 50 years.
yeah,
That's the God's
totally,
honest truth. Yeah.
totally. I
But,
mean,
like, even if you're sitting there, it's nice when you're in pre-programmed reactions. Like,
mhm,
we've grown up, like, you get all this stuff that you learn and your parents and blah, 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 and like your traumas, and like you get this whole programming about the way you work.
yeah,
And if you want to change that, you've got to change the way you think first. And
absolutely.
doing and having little tricks to stop your train of thought and start
Mhm,
thinking about something else
yeah.
are great little keys to have in your pocketbook.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. So Jen says, utilize the tools in the toolbox, which is great. That reminds me of Janice. Janice on her show, she always talks to people about peace and what brings them peace. And then she asks, what are some tools in your toolbox that if you are experiencing some stress and things aren't going right, that you go like your go-tos, you know what I mean? Like the jinjitsu, the I can't say it, the genjitsu.
Jitsu Jitsu, yes.
Jitsu, little things that are your go-tos that put you back in that space that where you feel good, you know? Yeah, awesome. And Helen has been feeling deeply peaceful and connected all day. Awesome. I love that, Helen. You know that feels good.
All
Mm,
right. I think I want to do pull some cards for my friend.
all right, let's do it. I'm going to actually give you center stage for a minute and I will be right back, guys.
I seek words of wisdom for my friend about the situation with her dad. I seek words of wisdom for my friend about her situation with her dad. I seek words of wisdom for my friend about her situation with her dad. Number 34, the angel of obedience. Here, we'll get out the cool little manual that goes in the decks. All right, let's see. Here we go. Use all your skills to do a reevaluation. You have gained much from your past experiences. Analyze your goals and desires and trust that you will uncover the answers. Ask for material and spiritual help with your affairs. Listen and you will find guidance. When you appear to be entangled in a difficult situation, be still. Just be. And breathe. Put one foot in front of the other. No panic, no rushing. Use your energy, vitality, and assertion to remain flexible and open to new opportunities. Use the power of your communication and leadership skills to bring success to all concerned. Follow that which has heart and meaning. Trust in your own authenticity and truth. Be aware of the frequency you send out. Man, no truer words. You know, I don't think there's anything more important than being aware and responsible for what you're sending out.
Mhm.
And those reflections that come back are just, it's inevitable. It's just the way the energy world works, you know?
I love that Jen Busick is out there speaking my thoughts. It's exactly what I thought. As you said, it seems to be a theme here, the theme for today. Now, just not only being accountable, but like it ties right into what you say about your perspective, right? You're accountable for your perspective.
Yeah, you have absolute control over your
Yeah,
perspective. Yeah, this person that you are, you know that painting I showed you last week with all the little points all over the body? Those
yeah.
are called set points, and those are how you work. And
Mhm.
those have been like created. Some of them you were born with, some of them were circumstances, and some of them are choices.
Mhm.
All of those are not solid. They're not permanent. You have
Right.
the choice to move those and change. And when you move your set points, change the color of your aura, your whole perspective on exactly the same thing you were looking about 2 seconds ago is completely different.
Yep.
And that whole exercise during that time when that was happening with me, um, really ran home the point that charge of our universe and how that universe feels and how that universe functions and how we choose to feel and think about that universe,
Right.
and it's not just a place that we're immersed in with no ability to change.
Mhm.
Yes, we are powerful, Jen.
We are so powerful. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
be
you know what?
aware. Yeah, exactly.
You know, and this show is definitely not about anything to do with like negativity, right? Or like let's say conspiracy theories, right? But we are powerful, and it does seem like there's some sort of force that is trying to take that away, right? That is trying
Oh,
to,
that's totally
you know,
true.
yeah, and it's in just in the realizing that we're powerful that we become powerful. You know what I mean? It's like I mean it's more than that, I know, but like that's an important part of it, and I think that that's what I love about this right here is like this community of people who come here each week to watch us talk about this stuff, and it's not crazy talk, it's real
Well,
talk,
if you came for nothing but the charge up and the cleansing,
right?
those get more intense every single time. And you know what? I didn't really think that we were on the mode where the cards were part of the show anymore. And you
Mhm.
know, the tarot show was so like I lived those freaking cards, man, to like it was some of them are great, some of them were really brutal, but it became a magical event.
Yeah.
And that really hasn't happened here with me living the cards, but I've been noticing like the magical event seems to be that like the reading for whatever the card is about for the week, even
Mhm.
that wasn't pulled, that's just the next card in the sequence, but
Right.
it seems to like somehow have this like universal kind of
Yeah.
appropriateness. Man, I've gotten so many messages where people go, wow, it felt like all of those were talking like to me. And I think that they are. And I think that the sacred space that we created and that energy network that now exists between all of us that actually participated in that, like those readings now have validity for all of us, and even
Mhm.
if it's just a singular person, like
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
had
Mhm.
pulled out, right?
Oh, 1,000,000%, 1,000,000%. And Jen says, I'm here for it all. And I love that too, because I certainly feel like a couple of years ago, I was, I was really confused. I was wondering, like, oh my God, things don't look so good. And then again, just through becoming spiritual and taking breaths and realizing, wait a second, I get to choose my perception. I don't like choosing the perception that it doesn't look good. I'm going to choose the perception that it does look good. And suddenly my world was full of people who saw the world that way and saw, this shift in humanity not being a bad thing, being a good thing, and the other side of it being a positive thing, and everything's better on the other
Early in
side.
my learning, my one of my teachers was trying to get me on the meditation thing, and I was kind of being resistant, and I wasn't really happening. So he sits me down, and he has this old time projector, man, and he plays this like 8mm movie or whatever 16mm movie, and it's a black and white movie of the Chinese going into Tibet and taking over militarily a monastery. And they're burning the monastery, and they're shooting people. And what he wanted me to pay attention to was out in front of the monastery, there was a ring of about 12, 15 monks, and they were all sitting in a circle and chanting as people are getting machine gunned, explosions happening, utter chaos, death and destruction everywhere. And I watched through it, and he made me look through it again. He goes, look at their faces. And every single one of them was sitting there with a smile on.
Right. No fear. Yeah.
You know, it's just like, it is what it is.
Your favorite saying? What's your favorite saying? Fuck fear.
Fuck fear, man.
Totally. Yeah. No, it's great. It's really, it feels good to be aware and accountable and like, working for this,
Well,
so. And Jen is saying, Mike, I met you years ago at an art festival I was spending at before I opened my store. Just wild how I'm here. Jen, we're gonna have to talk, and you're gonna have to remind me who you are, because that's awesome. I remember seeing your name pop up recently in the show, and I thought you were a friend of Bryan's.
Well, Jilly went wandering into Jen's shop with my decks.
Oh, nice.
She wound up getting a deck, and Jen and I have talked, and we're continuing to.
I love it.
Add with some stuff, and now it's like, again, the synchronicities.
The connections are amazing. Absolutely.
Everybody magnetized this spot, right?
Right. Jen says, "I'm the crystal lady." That's awesome. Yeah, it's the synchronicities, right? No coincidences. There's no coincidences. You're here for a reason, Jen. Beautiful souls, yes, and you as well. Everybody here is a beautiful soul.
So, anybody else out there want a reading? No. Come on.
Bryan wants to read.
Come on.
Look how excited he is. He's like a little excited puppy. He wants to read. We got a little promo for Jen's shop as an endorsement. Jen's shop is amazing.
Hey, I'd like a reading.
Crystal baby, you said you'd be back, and there you are.
Yeah,
I'm excited. Exactly. Jilly's giving in. She's saying, "Okay, I'll have one." Twist my arm. Okay, I'll have one. And Grace is saying, "Yes, please." So let's go with Jilly and Grace. Keep popping those comments up.
All right, Grace. Hook it up with me. Yeah, there you go. Always really clear with you, Grace.
Love it.
Words of wisdom from my friend Grace. Words of wisdom from my friend Grace. Words of wisdom from my friend Grace. Number 15, the angel of purification.
Just give me a second. I'll catch up with you. 15. There we go. 15. Boom.
Yeah. Mars and Gemini. Yeah. Pull up that reading if you would, my brother.
Yep. There we go.
Carefully review your situation now. Focus on your priorities and full steam ahead. Face your fears head on. Feel your grief and take time to heal. Complete the process by transmuting your loss and pain. Experience pain. Identify the source of the emotions you're experiencing, and then you will know what core belief it is you must change. Stress and depression are the last despair of your reason before the birth of new possibilities. They break through from the unconscious and flow freely. Oh, man. That is so true. Prioritize now. What is most important for you to complete? Immerse yourself completely and totally in your work. Have faith in yourself and the path that you have committed to. Mind is now keenly aware of self and of the magnitude of what it is asked to be privy. It is asked for and been given access to a level of knowledge which has a commensurate level of responsibility that now demands the letter of the law. The more you know, the more you owe, and the more you know you do not know and never will. Man, that last sentence is one of my core truths. Like the more I learn, the dumber I realize I am.
Yeah, it's weird how that works, right? I just learned something, but because I learned something, I know even less.
Yeah, but that's a glorious way to go.
It's great. I love
You
it.
know, unless you're big about destinations, the
Right.
fact that it would never run out, that no matter how much you learn, there's just that much more to learn again. Yes, yes, yes,
Right.
yes, Jen. I did too.
Right. And Dumb and Dumber, Jelly says, yeah, it's
Dumb
true.
and Dumber. All right. Thanks, Jilly.
Grace says, thank
Wow.
you, Ryan.
Okay. All right. Your reading's going to be really good. You're welcome, Grace.
Helen says, I'm focused on how much I don't know. How much I don't know that I don't know. That's even better. That's where the best stuff is. I love that. Oh, what a fun group. You guys are great. Thank you guys so much for being here and making me laugh.
Words of wisdom for my friend Jilly. Words of wisdom for my friend Jilly. Words of wisdom for my friend Jilly. Number 5, the angel of healing.
Number 5.
Yeah, this is a good one.
Number 5. This is what she looks like. And let me grab the reading. Individual pages.
This card feels so majestic and just like all encompassing.
Nice.
Completion and a new beginning. You have succeeded, perfected your art, and you will feel balance, satisfaction, and joy. Make plans to enjoy the fruits of your hard work. Romantically, you could be forming sound foundations for marriage. It will be a rich and satisfying match. Your mind is buzzing, creative, and sharp now. Seeds you've planted begin to bear fruit. Rewards will be received for your past efforts, and abundance will be the word of the hour as prosperity rules. Meet and beat your present challenge, and you will feel a sense of completion, the welcomed regeneration when opposite energies finally harmonize. That's the art card in the tarot deck. These moments are a deep soul cleansing. Yes, they are, aren't they? Celebrate and be generous with your treasure. Show appreciation to those who supported you. Give yourself permission to be your biggest self. Man, give yourself permission to be your biggest self. One more time, Jilly. Give yourself permission to be your biggest freaking self.
Yeah.
Allow your highest spirit to assist you in lending assistance to others. Life is a beautiful celebration. Embrace it every turn of the road. You're a seeker on the path, enjoying the comfort of being spiritually centered, secure in the knowledge of actions completing the karmic contract. Your course has been established and proven. Feedback is excellent. Let there be celebration.
Beautiful. That's perfect, Jilly. That's a good one. I know you like that one.
Give yourself permission to be your biggest self.
Yes, I don't know if she's saying no. I don't know what that is, but so much gratitude. Yes, yes. I thought I was enjoying hearing you say that to Jilly because I felt like it was a perfect message.
You know, speaking of Jilly, this is an org Jilly made that's for the first angel card.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this is the stone that goes with it, and the little crystals, and we are in the process of beta testing it right now to see if it works really well, and
amazing
next to it. But the intent is to do one for each of the cards, and I have to brag on this too. A while back, Jilly sent me this cool little bad boy. It's resin filled. It's got a bunch of crystal all the way up the copper tubing and this little spiraling around to the crystal. And I've enjoyed using it so much. So my birthday was a couple of weeks ago, and Jilly sent me my birthday cake.
Nice.
And it's a beast, man. I've got to tell you, I was doing some stuff with it the other night, and it is a little powerhouse, just super enjoyable. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. And so are you gonna like have a set of these orgs, like 72 orgs?
That's the intent. Yeah, to be able to buy what like singles, but it would also be amazing.
Right. If you feel connected to a certain
little set.
Wow, what a great, amazing idea. That's awesome.
You know, the resin things, I've done a lot of experimentation with it. And the thing I'm really digging about it is, crystals are super easy to program. They hold a charge for a pretty good long time. And I've used them forever, man. They've been part of my stick for as long as I could remember. I kind of had an attitude about the resin, like, how could that be cool with the crystal? But
right.
It's actually a very, very, very good insulator, and can be used to, like, you can do cubes of them together and make an actual capacitor and like build some energy. And you can program them and store stuff in them, and it loses like it's 100 times slower than quartz. So you can really put an amazing program in it and jump. Jacob, do you have that? Do you have the crystal with the sigils on it? Is it still?
No.
Okay, never mind. We'll do that later. We got. I took one of my favorite crystals. Jacob did a mold of it, and we're pouring resin into it, and it's going to be an abundance crystal, and the overall like sigil for it is driving abundance, but on each of the sides is a sigil that drives a different kind of abundance, like wealth and light and love. And so like each of those, it's like all of this massive like in abundance in every single way. So
that's awesome.
We're just about to wrap that up, and that's what I used to like give him his sigil lesson. He got the master class like out of the box, but he's got it now, man. It's like it's really cool.
That's awesome. That sounds amazing. Yeah, I remember when it was weird because I didn't even know Jilly was doing Organite, and I had come across the idea of it, and I was like, wait a second, this doesn't make any sense to me. How can resin just mix with crystals and copper be anything? And then I went and I researched the origin of it and all of the research and actual scientific experiments that have been done with it, and I was just blown away. So I'm excited for you guys. That sounds like an amazing project.
A lot of cool stuff going on now.
Yeah.
Having my art show tomorrow, like how could it be better?
Very cool, man.
So it looks like it's about that time, man.
Oh wow, holy moly! You're right. It is time to part ways for the evening.
All right, we are going to close out the space, give some thanks, and we'll see you on the flip flop.
Yeah, absolutely.
We give our thanks for your presence, the time and information you've shared with us, the love that you've poured our way for our personal growth and involvement. And we close our meeting with you this evening and look forward to joining you again in the very near future. And as always, we give thanks to the source from our deepest core.
See you guys next week.